Alright, I'm not really a judge a book by its cover type of guy, but I need to address the elephant in the room here. Um, Captain Marvel 2, now called The Marvels, is it has me a little bit worried here because this is supposed to be a sequel to Captain Marvel, right? Captain Marvel. This doesn't feel like I feel like she's getting sidelined in her own movie. This is just like Doctor Strange 2 all over again. Look, I understand if there's like some feelings or like hate, I guess you could say, towards Brie Larson and her character. Me personally, I'm not really a big fan of Captain Marvel 1. I think her acting was pretty wooden, I guess you could say. It wasn't really well, she seemed like a robot. But the point is that like I kind of feel like Marvel's sidelighting her in her own movie. Now, I understand this was just a 2-minute trailer, but in my opinion, was solely focused on Monica and Kamala Khan and Nick Fury. Captain Marvel was barely in this. And I feel like Marvel is doing this intentionally so that fans go see this movie. Because this movie has been delayed multiple times, due to COVID, due to editing issues, due to the CGI problems, so on and so forth. But this is just a trailer, but the fact that we barely get to see any of Carol in this movie is having me a little bit worried for this movie. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that she's not be in this movie that much. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Kamala Khan. I think that Ms. Marvel was a really good show, very underrated, and I love her as a character, and she seems like she's gonna be a standout in this movie, especially. Monica Rambeau, I mean, like, she alright. She's alright. I thought she was perfectly fine in WandaVision, except for that one scene.
I survived because she chose to protect me.
She's holding thousands of people hostage.
And it could have been thousands more if she hadn't put up her own quarantine.
But I mean, like, besides that, I mean, like, yeah, it seems fine to me. I mean, like, this is basically just like a team-up movie and not like a solo act, you know what I mean? And I understand if Marvel doesn't, like, believe in Brie Larson enough, but hey, man, shit. And I will say this, man, I honestly don't think that they should have done Ms. Marvel, or at least in terms of not yet, because I feel like with Ms. Marvel, they are taking away from Captain Marvel, which, bear in mind, you just had her first appearance in 2019. It's 2019, and she's already getting her own, like, cast of other characters. Like, say what you will about, like, with Iron Boy Jr., but at least Spider-Man was introduced way after Tony already had his fill of adventures and all that stuff. He was brought in like enough to where Tony was fleshed out as a character. I just see Carol just being sidelined and having no character whatsoever in this movie. And I'm not like I'm clamoring to see Carol go through like an amazing character development. She didn't even go one. She didn't even have one in the first movie. But I just think it's weird that like Ms. Marvel is like a mega fan of Captain Marvel, even though like, well, at least from the movie perspective, like what we see of Captain Marvel, she hasn't done anything really. I mean, she had one movie in the 90s which nobody knew about. She helped stop Thanos, so everyone was there for that, so that doesn't really count, I guess. And she was in a post-credit scene for Shang-Chi. Like, what has she done that made Kamala Khan a big fan of Captain Marvel? In the comics, she done a hell of a lot. That's why she's a big fan. But in this, I'm like, girl, what did you do? You know? I gotta tell you, this movie has me worried, man. Marvel, I can't do it. I can't do another Ant-Man 3. I can't do another Thor Love and Thunder. I don't even want to mention Eternals. Jesus Christ.
Why should she trust you? You're asking her to let you erase who she is.
Druid, I know you're upset.
Upset?
It's me, Tyler, again. I just checked out my bowl cut in the mirror, and it looks a little uneven. I'm really upset.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go watch some early MCU films. I'm gonna watch Captain America 1. That was a... Oh, dude, that was a good film. Alright, that's about it. See ya.